outposts are under Allied control. Excellent work. The bomb fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
Scorpwana says, "Fuck you, Scorpwana." Scorpwana says, "You are a piece of shit, Scorpwana." Scorpwana says, "You need to die in a fire, Scorpwana." Scorpwana says, "I hope you go to hell, Scorpwana." Scorpwana says, "I wish you were never born, Scorpwana."
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
Enemy targets on center. Personal shield losing power.
Theonly Kylo has raided you with a party of 4.
Oh, cool. Hello, dude. Thank you for the raid.
Theonly Kylo says, "Theonel 275 Kylo raid, Theonel 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 275 Kylo raid." Theonly Kylo says, "Theonel 275 love, Theonel 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 275 love." Mellow Mushroom says, Thionel 275 Kilo Raid Thionel 275 Kilo Raid Thionel 275 Kilo Raid Thionel 275 Kilo Raid Thionel 275 Kilo Raid. Thionly Kylo says, LOL I love it.
Hello, dude. Thank you for the raid, man. I don't deserve it, but thank you. Why didn't it do the shout out thing?
Thionly Kylo says, how you been bro? Mellow Mushroom has started stalking you.
Why doesn't the raid thing work? Or the been doing? Why isn't my shout out working? Fuck. You do no one has to follow me. I'm boring. I play this game, Star Trek Online, and I'm boring. I'm just playing it just to play it. Just online, just playing it. Hello everyone from the Only Kylo's stream. I don't know why my shout out command is not working. It doesn't make any sense, to tell you the truth. Why isn't it not working? I don't get it. Stuff's always breaking on this thing.
Thionly Kylo says, it's cool you don't have to worry with it man.
Well, I just hate when something's not working right.
Thionly Kylo says, I raid out every stream, it just depends who's live.
I just happen to be live. Or live. Well,
Thionly Kylo says, I always have issues, that's just streaming LOL.
oh yeah. What software do you use when you stream? You use Streamlabs or OBS? Ta-da, entertainers, here we are now.
Thionly Kylo says, Streamlabs ATM gonna switch to OBS soon.
Oh. Is there a reason for the changeover? Probably like more options or something. Optinos. Here we are now, entertainers.
Thionly Kylo says, OBS uses less CPU and GPU.
Nice. I would have thought that Streamlabs OBS would be about the same, but it does use up some shit. I like some of the stuff on Streamlabs, and that's why I use it. I probably could eventually move everything over to the other. I have it installed. I need a better computer though. Did y'all finally get the new internet out your way?
Thionly Kylo says, yeah, it's just more user-friendly, but OBS is easy to learn.
Right. Nice. die.
Theonly Kylo says, what specs you have now? And ya got a gig up and down now.
Sweet. Oh, I've got like one of the world's worst CPUs in the world. Yeah. It's an AMD FX 6300. But I've been looking around, trying to figure out what to get as far as like upgrading or anything like that. But I just blah. So many choices and stuff was expensive. So what were you doing on your stream today? What kind of gaming were you streaming? You have an entertaining one. I've watched it maybe like 2 times. I'm sorry, I haven't watched a lot. I don't have a lot of time. I mostly just stream this. One of the most boring games ever. And the text-to-speech thing. I like it. Most people don't. I mean, it's scared away a few people. Here we are now. Entertain us. Welcome to my life.
Theonly Kylo says, oh okay, little old but it still works. And yet I'm looking to get a new GPU soon. Prices are ridiculous. And mostly just chilled with chat and played a handful of games.
Nice. Do you have like usually like a scheduled like way that you stream, or do you just go with the flow of it? Entertain us. Here we are now. Why do I have that in my head? I don't know. Why do you have it in your head? Because I'm special needs, that's why. Man, I've been trying to get this achievement system thing working that I have an idea for, but I found out that it would take a lot more than what I'm capable of doing to make it work. Because I like to create my own little stuff, you know. My own little pieces of crap. Everybody else has this grand streams and things, and I have this little hole in the floor.
Theonly Kylo says, I'm trying to get a schedule together. It helps, but I've got viewers all over the place, so I try and stream early to late to catch everyone.
Yeah, that's one of the things is, you know, you never, I know you probably like, do you keep your VODs or anything like that? I mean, I've seen a few highlighted clips and things, but I'm sure you probably do, because saving them allows people to, you know, continue to watch later. I don't know about that, like...
Theonly Kylo says, yet I save all my VODs.
All of them. You can put them on YouTube and get a big audience. Well, are you partnered or affiliate with Twitch? I was just curious, like, since I apparently have affiliate status for some reason, it allows me to save them for like 14 days and then they get auto-deleted. I knew that partner probably gets longer or something. Blink. Okay, we finally did that. So I about an average of 10 minutes to 15 for that.
Theonly Kylo says, yet I've been messing around with YouTube lately, and I don't have the check mark yet. Gotta average 75 viewers.
Ew. 75 for YouTube? Or are you talking about like Twitch?
Theonly
Is-
Kylo says,
Oh.
for Twitch partner,
But dude, you get like a bunch of viewers and stuff. Is it not like close to the threshold for it jumping over to partner? That's crazy. Yeah, here on Star Trek Online, we typically who is it? Let's Trizander, this streamer. He averages about 30 plus people, 33-ish a day. I average maybe 2. That includes a bot and maybe one other person every so often, and the other bots that come in and try to sell you
Theonly
stuff.
Kylo says, Nat, I only average per stream about 7 to 9 viewers. My viewer average RN is 7.3.
Oh wow! Could have sworn you had more. Why isn't my shout out working? That's bothering me. I haven't done anything different. That's one of the things. All this software and stuff. You don't change any kind of settings, and all of a sudden, it just doesn't work one day. Reminds me of places, things, and ideas. Prisoners there. Let's see if we got any Zen today. We did not. Okay. Going for that record. You ever thought of the whole 2 computers for streaming? Like one's a gaming computer and then one's the stream box, pretty much. I've seen some people do that before. I know I jump around from like topic to topic. It's really quite hypnotic. Let's see. Michael Myers. Let's do that. Michael Myers. And you've got like a nice little setup too with your stream, and you actually have a face cam too. I would not want to frighten people with me, even though you're one of the few that know what I
Theonly
look like in
Kylo
real
says,
life.
yeah, my VODs get a lot of views, but I'm trying to get the average up. Just gotta network and be consistent with making content, and yet I've got a old Dell I've thought about using as my stream PC and then my main rig.
Yeah. That would be a pretty good idea. I mean, that way your computer's not loaded down with so much going on. Do you do like multi screens too, or just the one screen and maybe a phone? Oh.
Theonly Kylo says, yeah, takes the stress off of everything, and 3 screens.
Oh wow, 3. Holy cow. I just don't trust my computer to run 3. I just fear that it's gonna crash or something. I mean, I can't do the Windows 11 thing, so I guess one day a new one. So yeah, we both need some new computers. One could be Streambox. Of course, then you have to, like, I think, network it over the video to send out. So, but then all the other stuff you have throughout the stream, like the, you know, the what is it, the things in Streamlabs.
OXNYX053 says, and here I plan to get a 45 plus TV and split screen it.
Oh wow, split screen. The sources, yeah. And depending on, like in Streamlabs, how many sources you have listed, that can take up some room as well. I mean, I've got, you know, everybody likes this one. Shit. I need to make some more of those.
Theonly Kylo says, LOL.
Got Butters, video player, that sort of thing. Everyone knows it's Butters. And I don't care, you know, I love swearing on mine. I don't know if it's against terms of service or whatnot, but whatever.
Theonly Kylo says, I've got a soundboard on my stream deck with all kinds of sounds like that.
Oh, cool, you have a stream deck. Are they, like, really good to use, you know? Like, is it,
OXNYX053 says, like make a normal screen R, a chat log to the right, and streaming control panels along the top. Maybe a Stream Raiders window. Theonly Kylo says, no it's not, you can say just about whatever.
Sweet. I kind of jump in with swearing every so often, and then the more sleepy I get, the crazier I get there. Now I'm in at 42. Damn it. I don't mean to swear. Shit! I've got like a major list of a lot of sounds that are, you know, commands and stuff, but I don't have anything like a button.
OXNYX053 says, the sleepier you get, the less words you use.
That's true. I kind of get groggy and I can't type. The sleepier I get. But it's kind of wild. I mean, I wake up in the evening anyway, like afternoon or 12, what was it? 12:45 today.
Get over here!
Dude, you do not have to subscribe. But I do thank you for that. I don't have Amazon Prime anymore. I liked having it. It was great. But, you know, the trial ended.
Theonly Kylo says, score put tribble score pookin. Theonly Kylo says, Theonel 275 love.
Uh-oh! Too many characters.
Theonly Kylo says, I wanted that Founder's Badge.
Founder's Badge. Ah, okay. That's like next to the name, not the emotes. I need to make some free emotes, because there's like supposed to be some emotes now or something. You could, like, choice of free ones. That's the only reason I ever wanted to get the affiliate status, was just to make emotes.
Theonly Kylo says, yet I made all mine.
Sweet! You drew them out? That's awesome.
OXNYX053 says, I bet it's the registered trademark.
It could be. Oh wow, I'm shooting that, and I'm not supposed to be. Okay. Huh. You made all of those. That's pretty good.
Theonly Kylo says, except the ones that look like me kinda LOL.
Ah. Did you have to, like, pay somebody to do that? I know some people run around and they'll advertise that they can make stuff or whatever. Let me go, let me look at that script there.
Theonly Kylo says, Theonel 275 good vibes only. Theonel 275 mellow mushroom. Theonel 275 Kylo raid. Theonel 275 LFG. Theonel 275 sheesh. Theonel 275 Kylo Ren. Theonel 275 muted. Theonly Kylo says, Theonel 275 hi there.
Hi there.
Theonly Kylo says, made these.
Nice. Well, that's still pretty awesome. That's pretty sweet. I've yet to do anything like that. I don't think I could. Let me see. String length. How long do I have that? 25. 25 characters is how long I allow the stream thing to,
Theonly
or the
Kylo
achieve thing to
says,
work.
and I used OW3NED.com for the ones that look like me. They have a lot of options for everything.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, Oxnix, I
Theonly
have
Kylo
it.
says, and is it me or no game sound?
Oh, I have the game sound turned down low because of the Well, the music itself is not that bad. It's just I have it turned down. I could turn it up, but I'm not. But I
Ian
can't.
Lee Kylo says, never mind, it's me, lol.
I know. I was also off screen. Whenever I get off of the game screen, the audio goes away.
Ian Lee Kylo says, I had my headset down.
You had your headset down. Well, I got it pretty low anyway. Out of 100, it's at like 10%. I thought about a stream of me failing at playing Halo. Because I recently downloaded the Master Chief Collection on Steam. And already had all the legendary achievements and stuff for the other Halo games, but I thought, okay, I get this, and they didn't transfer over with the stuff, so I was like, okay, I got to start legendary all over again, and I'm on Halo 3 of the legendary so far, and
Ian Lee
I'm
Kylo
failing.
says, oh okay, I've got mine maxed I think, and Halo is fun childhood fav.
I love Halo. Have you been watching the series? The live action one?
Ian Lee Kylo says, I have not sadly.
Well, it's got its ups and downs, and fans are meh about it, you know. Master Chief keeps taking his helmet off, and that's pissing people off. Other than that, it's an alternate timeline too, so it doesn't follow the Halo we know. But anyway.
OXNYX053 says, Phalo.
Phalo? Nah.
Ian
Man.
Lee Kylo says, he's never supposed to show his face lol, we've begged for that for years.
Right? And that's the first thing he does. Like, in the first episode, it's not even like halfway through the episode, he takes his helmet off. Like, what the hell? And then he won't stop doing it. Like, throughout the series and stuff, he's like, he puts it on. 10 minutes later, he's taking it off. You know. Then, like, he'll put it on. A minute later, he takes it off.
OXNYX053 says, Master Chief with no helmet is like Morn talking.
Right?
Ian Lee Kylo says, yeah, I've heard good things and bad, but that happens with everything lol.
Yeah. What's pretty awesome, though, is, like, they've got the look of the Chief perfect, in my opinion. They use the actual model files for the weapon looks, and the CGI is great and stuff, and battle scenes, but some of it is just, you know. And everyone was hoping, I mean, if it's called Halo, at least maybe they'll get to Halo, you know. Not at that pace, but, So I've been playing the Master Chief Collection, trying to get Legendary and everything again, and I don't remember it being that hard, but I guess it's because playing it on a controller versus playing it on a PC, you're used to a certain way, or I don't know, it's just different. But I also suck at first-person shooter games anyway, so that's probably what a lot of that. And strategy games, I can't play those. Or any game, really. Should have called this Let's Fail. The Let's Fail series. Starring me, nobody. The nobody, mister.
Ian Lee Kylo says, I'll have to check it out, and the new Halo is pretty good, but I love the old ones, might do that on stream and replay them all.
Yeah, that'd be cool, because playing them like over and again, or doing that lasso thing, that'd probably be interesting. I wouldn't stream me playing it, that's for sure. I mean, I've tried, but you don't get it very far, you know, seeing the same person fail at the same thing for an hour. So I was like, nah. Nah, I'm not going to do that. And there's no progression there. You're just goofing off trying to live. I've tried to run through levels and can't do it. I even downloaded and played Apex with the dude on Xbox 3. No, not 360. Xbox One. Yeah, and I can run Apex. It's shocking for me. But I could play Fortnite before too, so I guess that makes sense. It makes some senses. Can't believe my shout out thing's not working. What's up with that? Now I'm confused. I'm just completely nothing. What's up with this thing? Why isn't it? I don't understand.
Theonly Kylo says, but enjoy the rest of your night, bro. If you ever have any questions about anything, you can message me on just about anything, lol. And yeah, Apex is cool, just sweaty.
My gosh, yes, that game is so fast paced, I can't keep up with it. I'm slow as it is as a person. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I've not really had to ask many questions. I mean, I haven't gotten into real streaming, I guess, yet. I'm still a tiny toddler when it comes to all that. I use Streamlabs chatbot to do the text-to-speech thing and a lot of the command stuff. That's been a challenge. It's like that whole, what was it, 5 days straight of trying to code Python to work correctly the way I wanted it to for a script to use in the chat, and I found out that part of that is disabled by default and you can't enable it yourself, and I was like, well, that's shit. So there goes that idea. Unless I can figure out how to make something my own out there, that would be interesting. I'd have to have time and concentration, though. I hadn't scripted anything in a long time. Except for the little achievement thing that pops up. Pow! You can be a winner at the game of life, okay?
Everyone knows it's Butters.
That's me.
Well, everyone knows it's Butters.
Theonly Kylo says, lol, yes.
That's some just wacky shit. Sound file for all sorts of crap. I've got stream element. I've got like 3 bots instead of just maybe the
Theonly
one.
Kylo says, have a great night, man.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for popping in and rating. That's pretty awesome. You don't have to. I mean, you don't have to raid me.
Theonly Kylo says, Theonel 275 love 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 Theonel 275 love. Theonly Kylo says, had to do it one more time, lol.
Everybody does, and it's okay. People love to play with this text-to-speech. That's why it's there, to have fun. Alright, well, again, thanks for popping in, dude. And I'll try to get my shout-out working. I don't know why it stopped working. I hadn't done anything to make it stop working. Yeah, you have a good night. And I'll do this and stuff. And probably retire early, I don't know. Won't go for as long as I usually do, perhaps. I don't know. Don't know what I do. Let's see. Already did that. Okay.
Theonly Kylo says, anytime bro, I enjoyed the convo and I just use Streamlabs bot only, but anyways bye again lol.
Alright, bye again.
OXNYX053 says, welcome to the Staram.
Staram. Welcome to the Staram. I'm your host, the Starammer. I can't help it. I'm stupid.
Theonly Kylo says, Theonel 275 jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Theonly Kylo says, Theonel 275 oh really?
Oh really? Oh really? Orally. The Starum. This chat thing's so literal. Only 2 sections way away from one another. Okay. We'll go over and get that one right yonder. Over. Up underneath that there corner. Ugh. Little bit of a lag there. Okay. Let's see. Is there any like? Oh, come on! I need like to kill a Voth so it counts. Come on, enemy, 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 enemy. Welcome to the exciting world of Star Trek Online. Oh, Ox, I got the that one going there.
OXNYX053 says, I went and slotted the upgrade colony. Auto commodities gathering should be active for all things.
Nice. Oh, did that go through? I did that early this past stream morning, but after the stream. I didn't know if it would like kick in when it should have or whatever. I got my other characters to get some luxuries. Luxury. Yes, I need some luxuries, please. Plow. Oh, cool, I made it.
OXNYX053 says, needs an hour and 53 minutes to kick over.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Now, the auto collecting thing, does it eventually show up in the coffer thing or whatever that's there? Like somehow, or because I've still been doing the ones that says auto doing or whatever it's doing. I don't know what the fuck it's doing. And I don't see them going in. I just wonder, like, what are they just like? Are they really there? Are they just not listed in that coffer thing? They're just kind of virtually sitting already available, or auto something, or I don't know. What the hell am I trying to say? I'm trying to say words, but they're not coming out correctly.
OXNYX053 says, it all shows in the coffers. Not sure the clock it uses.
Because I noticed it said something like automatically generated per day, and I'm thinking, has it not been a day? So that means it doesn't go in there. I don't know. It's got me eager. Oh, I forgot that thing died. Got me eager to see all the changes, because I've never seen a colony world actually shift from nothing to something. I've always either seen it like full or partially or whatever, but never from like scratch.
Inverted Paradox says, tick-tock, boom.
If you don't go above 55 miles an hour, this bus will explode. No! There are 4 lights. Dude.
FBI, open up!
FBI, close the door. FIB. Tick tock, boom. Yeah, a lot of fans of the Halo series and stuff.
OXNYX053 says, you earn fleet credits for putting into the coffer. Not sure if you can overdump once they hit max to still earn credits. No one earns credits for spending from the coffer.
Yeah, I know about the coming from and putting in. I just didn't know if like the auto-generated stuff went into the coffer itself, or if it just kind of just was there for some reason. I mean, I'm still using my characters to get things out for them and just putting it in there because I wanted to get the credits to use the credits in the fleet. I must say, sort of taking over a brand new fleet or a dead whatever, it definitely is an easier way to get fleet credits for like major fleet credits. That's pretty awesome. And then I figured out that, you know, the Armada thing from y'all telling me about it, or whoever told me. I forget who told me. That's not a thing against who made me, who I forgot. Damn it, I can't speak. But it's pretty awesome. You jump over there and help. I've been, you know, Hate3K he said he wants you and me to come to his fleet to help him get his leveled up. And I was like, dude, we can just like Armada or something.
CMDR_Rizzle says, when you reach the proper level, whatever it is, coffer auto generates at a rate of like 3,500 per day.
Oh,
So when I finished a project using 153,000 coffer provisions, it will take some time to get back to max 250k.
So it's like it automatically like puts it somewhere to use. Okay. That's awesome. Star Trek, where we fight on the ground the whole damn time. But I told Hate, I said, well, why don't we just like, you know, do the Armada thing?
OXNYX053 says, that sounds like tier 3. Do you know when they auto-generate? CMDR_Rizzle says, but coffers only pertain to Colony World, I think.
Yeah. That's the only option I see where it says coffer. So it's like telling Hate that we should like
OXNYX053 says,
Armada.
Air. Tier 4. My fingers are dyslexic.
Dyslexic fingers can be a problem. If you or someone you know has fingers that are dyslexic, call this number now. If you cannot call this number because you can't dial the number, then you're out of luck.
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent work.
Excellent work, Drill Sergeant. Let's go over here real quick.
The Bob Fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
Twoops inbound. Twoops. Ooh. Oh, command credits. Somebody didn't play Killing Up when they were over here. Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah. Huh. I'm thinking in my I'm thinking in my head that because that's, you know, where thinking usually happens, is in one's head. Yeah.
CMDR_Rizzle says, OT has to NE sooner than level 4, because we haven't reached that level yet and still we get auto-generated coffers.
Auto-generating. That's pretty sweet. What the hell is this guy doing? Okay. I forgot what I got to thinking. That happens when someone else is... Well, in real life, if someone else is talking and I've thought of something, it goes out of my head because I just forget immediately. I don't know why I forget.
CMDR_Rizzle says, 3,375 per day for our luxury, 3,000 per day for the other two.
Now, are you actually seeing this like automatically go into the coffer thing? You know, like you just nobody uses it and it just starts building up every day like that amount and stuff. You've questions with answers. Oh yeah. If you have one computer as being your streaming one, and one of them being the gaming one, you still have to broadcast from the gaming one to the streaming one so the streaming one can stream it out to the internet. Now, how in the world do you do that? You know, and not have so much lag or something? Because isn't it like essentially the same thing as streaming from the gaming computer directly to the internet? But with the stream box, you go from the game to the stream to the internet, so it's like an extra step. Or maybe they're thinking too far into it.
CMDR_Rizzle says, it doesn't state what time it happens, but it says per day. Yes. That. We try not to use them so people can donate, but we use them once all other things are filled.
Okay. That's cool that it has that. And I'd like to see the little visual thing up there of it's doing its collecting for one, you know. And the mine. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Now it all makes
Back
sense.
to your stations. The bots have returned.
The Vath have returned. If you or someone you know is a Vath, please call this number now. The Vath. The Vath. The Vath is on fire. The Vath. The Vath. The Vath is on fire. We don't need no
CMDR_Rizzle says, just take note of how much is in there when you end your session and check again when you launch the next day.
Well, I wouldn't know. Like, what if someone in the fleet gets some and puts them in the coffer? You know, is there supposed to be like a log when people donate stuff or something? I would thought there may have been. Is that just for the bank when people put stuff in and take shit out? For those that don't know, the guy that raided me earlier, the only Kylo, is a customer that comes in to the Dollar General I work at.
CMDR_Rizzle says, not sure, but if the project needs filling, they shouldn't be using coffers anyways.
I tend to put them in the coffer first for no damn reason, because I like to see it go in there and then to see it come out. But that's just my personal, you know, OCD or something. I do that sometimes, not with every one of them, but it's just sometimes.
OXNYX053 says, Discord is so weird. Someone in my friends list is begin shown playing Microsoft Edge.
How the hell do you play Microsoft Edge? Like a game in the web browser, probably? Playing Notepad. Microsoft Word. I know you can, I think you can manually put things in there or something. I mean, I put my status down as user does not exist. In my,
OXNYX053 says, it occurs to me, he is on a Unix system.
maybe that's it then. Oh, so he's like probably on Linux or something. Linux or Unix. Unix exactly, or the bastard child of Unix. Linux. Ubuntu.
Inverted Paradox says, none of us exist, we all pixels.
That's right. We're in a fabricated universe that is a simulation. As soon as you are aware of it, that's when bullshit happens. To fuck with your head. It's like we're Sims.
OXNYX053 says, probably Linux. Not Red Hat, but maybe Mint.
Dude, they still make Red Hat Linux? Wow. I remember that back in like the 90s. I had a friend that bought an installation CD off of eBay that someone just made a copy of. Like they downloaded Linux from the internet, like an ISO file or whatever, put it onto a disc and made a label for the disc, like one of the sticker labels, and sold it for like about $200 to my friend on eBay. I was like, dude, what the fuck, man? He said, what? And I said, Linux is free. What the hell? I don't know if it was $200. I'm probably exaggerating. It may have been like 20 or something. But the look on his face when I told him it was free, because he said he read up about like how Linux was like a good operating system to use other than Microsoft Windows because of reasons for whatever reason he was doing. And so he looked on eBay and he saw someone that was selling it. Like, dumbass. It was Red Hat Linux. Sure, the connection we had around the area at the time was like a dial-up going toward DSL connector, but still. I kept teasing him about it, Oh my God, that's bringing up a memory. That buddy, he also got online and I think it may have been off of eBay as well. He ordered a computer that someone built, and I think that was the one he was actually going to put Linux on, or it had something on there. I don't remember. Maybe like Windows 98.
OXNYX053 says, Red Hat was for the hyper-casual non-computer programmer that wanted a hand holder for support, at a cost much cheaper than Windows, and less than most pay-to-use firewalls.
Ah. So it did cost something. But this buddy of mine, he got on eBay. He was using our internet and left his email open one time, and I saw like another friend of mine and I were looking on the computer, and we saw that he had ordered this thing, and so what we did was we found one of those. It's like a fake emailer or something, Like then you could find also this like just free shit that fake things and made it look like it came from a real source, like the mail source showed that it came from somewhere. And we made this person, like made up a fake person that and we sent a message to our friend, like an email that said, "Hey, just wanted you to know."
OXNYX053 says, it was also discontinued in 2014, but added to the Linux kernel project in 2018.
Colonel Cornell. But we messaged him and said, I think there's been some sort of a mix-up. My name is so-and-so, and I think they thought maybe you were me, because on this box that I got in, it's got an address for so-and-so somewhere, it's whatever, and I looked it up online, and got this phone number associated with the address, or I got this email or whatever, and and so the look on our friend's face whenever he read the email, he was so frustrated. It was like an hour away, like where his package was, but it wasn't really. But we teased that it was. And he would like message this person back, so we can like view the message. It was some sort of website thing or whatever. We could view his message when he wasn't around from this other person, and this other person said, "Well, it came to me, so I think I'm just gonna keep it because it's got my name on the package. We kept messing with him with it. Ah, damn. And we finally told him what was going on. He gave us a go to hell look, and we it's like his package had come in, like the computer, and we just kind of set it aside for like a few days, just to see the frustration in his face. Ah, damn. That brings back a memory. It's just so funny. He was like, "Fuck you, fuck you both." Ah. I think what was more funny to us is the fake email that we came up with or whatever tended out to it ended up being like not really an email that existed, but the person existed someplace, and he had got a hold of him a different way or whatever, and the guy was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Funny shit. And it did happen, yeah. I could message him on Facebook and he would probably say, "Yeah, I remember that, you little shit." He's just so easy of a target to this, like, play a prank on. I remember this one time. Not anything with my friend, but my sister. It just popped in my head, this thing, because it's a memory, and memories tend to do that for me. My sister was in high school. I had already graduated, and she was waiting for her boyfriend to show up to pick her up, and they were gonna go like out for whatever on a date kind of thing. And she was getting ready and stuff, and was like in the middle of doing, I don't know if it's hair or makeup or something, and she was in the bathroom, and one of the vehicles we had the the panic thing where you can press it, and set the horn goes off, right? So we pressed the button, and we made it the horn blow, and we said, "So and so's here. He's out there waiting for you in the car." And she's, "Tell him I'm not ready yet." And she's just like hustling around, running back and forth, trying to be faster and stuff. And there we are, like cackling and laughing. She stopped. She says, "What are y'all laughing about?" And we said, and I got the remote thing and I picked it up and I pushed it. And she said, she gets so mad and she just slams the door to the bathroom. It was so hilarious. Ah, damn. Yeah, I got problems. I don't know why shout out's not working.
Inverted Paradox says, imagine if someone told you a year ago that Lower Decks would be the best Star Trek show currently running.
Well, it was almost a year, or it's less than a year ago that I heard about Lower Decks. In your opinion, is it the best Star Trek show so far? I'd have to say I like the fact that they're in TNG era on there. That's like the golden age type thing of Star Trek. I mean, hell, it's kind of what this game's based off of, that timeline. Or is it? I don't know. Have they said like what time period this game is supposed to actually be in? I mean, it's not, it's not TOS.
OXNYX053 says, I still want to find and see a copy of Hick Trek.
Hick Trek. Never heard of that. Was it a thing like years ago? Well, you can watch that episode with Data.
OXNYX053 says, look up the trailer on YouTube.
Oh, there's a trailer, but you can't find the actual, like, fake show or something? I know that,
Inverted Paradox says, it's less shitty than Cry All the Time Discovery, and slightly better than whatever Picard is.
Picard is a synth. Yeah, Discovery has no idea where it wants to go. It wants to go to the trash, but it can't find the toilet. Trailer. Remember that episode of TNG had recently re-aired where, you know, where I'm watching this thing on Pluto TV every once in a while, where Worf and Deanna Troi are in the holodeck in the Western, and it's like a bunch of Datas in there, and the program's bleeding over to actually to Data. So in the real world, Data has like a southern drawl accent of the West, and you betcha, Commander. Everything's gonna be all right. Conjunction, don't do what's your function. Come on, capturing point.
Congratulations on it first.
Congratulations. Yay for specialization, pointy thingy. Oh, that's about to be captured over there. Let's go that way and get stuck in the rocks. Alamarang, count to 4. Alamarang, then 3 more. I didn't mean to really get caught him. Fucking shit. Damn it, Bobby. Hank's fine furniture. My mom came in today while I was at work. Came in as a shopper. And we were talking about propane. This one customer today came in and he was saying, hey, you know, I bought one of y'all's propane tanks up here today, and you don't remember me coming in here, do you? And I was like, no, sir, I have not sold propane today. He said, yeah, you did. You sold it to me. I was like, it wasn't me. I'm sorry. But anyway, he said that he's been trying to get a screw out of the inside of the propane.
OXNYX053 says, https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals 06b7lsna_e.
Cool. Would it be cool if I made like a YouTube player?
OXNYX053 says, I can't find a non-React non-main screen version to watch on a phone.
Ah, you on a phone? But this guy he was talking about, he said that he had been out of commission from like research and all this kind of stuff because he had a bad leg for like started a month ago, so he hadn't been able to read up on all this new stuff they're putting in the propane.
OXNYX053 says, at work.
You're at work? You're in your truck? Are you driving and chatting? You don't need to be driving and chatting. It's not safe, sir. But this old man was talking about this new thing that the government has added to these propane tanks where it's a screw in there you got to take out before it'll work. And I said, a screw? I said, I'm not aware of any kind of screw. I said, I know that...
OXNYX053 says, no, if I'm home, I'd rather just play Stow. Like I am now.
Ah. But he was talking about he's used every tool that he has at his house and all these Allen wrenches that he cannot figure out how to get this screw out of there. And I said, "Where's the screw at?" He says, "It's inside where the the connector goes." And I said, "Well, the only thing I know about that," and then he was like, well, it's because whenever I go to turn on the tank, nothing comes out. And I said, do you have anything connected to the tank? And he said, no. I said, well, that's a safety feature. It's not supposed to come out until you connect something to that. And he said, well, it's got some sort of new safety feature in there that you have to take a screw out of it, and I can't figure out how to take that screw out. I said, well, I don't know anything about that, sir. So then he starts asking all these people that come in about this screw inside of the propane that you got to take out, and other people are like, I don't know anything about a screw, you know. So then, like, when I'm at work, my mom comes in, and I tell her about this guy.
Inverted Paradox says, I fear Strange New Worlds is going to be a crap dump on the same levels of Discovery and Picard. I honestly hope it won't be a mess.
No, I think Strange New Worlds, it seems like it's supposed to be episodic instead of how this Star Trek has been for us for Discovery. You know, like the whole story arc of the whole season could be one episode, you know. Strange New Worlds is supposed to be kind of like the other Star Treks before, where each week is some sort of new thing, although it's supposed to have like an overall like arc as well, but not like Discovery. You know, it's what it's being talked about. I don't know that that's how it's actually going to be. I told my mama, I said, I hope we don't hear a big explosion or something with this guy tinkering with the propane tank. And she said, yeah, you can just see the guy sitting there with a cigarette in his mouth next to a propane
OXNYX053 says, Strange New Worlds of upsetting the fan base?
Strange New Worlds. Not that I'm aware of. Star Trek Strange New Worlds with Captain Pike. Captain Pike. Strange New Worlds. Punch it. To seek out new life. To boldly seek out new life. Strange new curls. Ooh, nice.
All 3 silos are under Allied
Good
control.
job, thing.
Excellent work.
Oh, it's still going. Wow.
The Bob Fortress has engaged transporters.
Good
Troops
job, little
inbound.
Benjamin Sisko. Been German? No, I have never been German. Thank you. Okay. You know, I know for sure one good thing that Strange New Worlds is already going to have, and that is the Constitution class Enterprise. I was really impressed in Discovery that the ship looked as well as it did. I could have sworn they were going to like fuck it up, like Star Trek 2009 or whatever. Well, I don't know if it's a big fuck up for that. It's just it doesn't meet the expectations of what I would consider to be the ship that is well known as the Enterprise. It's real curvy. It had these big barrels on the back of it, you know. It's just kind of bulky. Just a lot bigger than the other Enterprises. And was it in Iowa in the 2009 movie that that Kirk was on his motorcycle or something and looks up and there's the ship? I'm thinking that's not. I don't think that's supposed to be where it's made. I think it's supposed to be made in San Francisco, but maybe that's where it was. I don't really know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, and that's very, very possible. Been a while since I saw that movie. To boldly go where everyone's already gone before. When is Lower Decks season coming out, the newest one? I don't know either. Gary the Klingon, Gary the Klingon. I'm so confused why this is not working. Ah, I misspelled. Sorry. Still, though, it should pop something up. I don't know why it's not working. It's so crazy. How much does it cost to buy it?
Enemy targets uncensored.
Why did I turn the frostbits on? And Kagan and Timmy did not come with me. That's just perfect. Okay, take care of that. Run over here. Poorsville, USA. Oh, they already captured it. Bastards. It's okay. I gotta use it anyway to get them back over here.
Enemy targets uncensored. Personal shield losing power.
Propane and propane accessories.
Enemy targets uncensored.
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake!
The stream deck.
OXNYX053 says, so I threw together a surgical strikes build on an Eclipse cruiser.
Really? And how'd that go for you? I know Murdoch's been talking about those surgical strikes.
Enemy targets uncensored.
He gave me like a link to everything about stuff about it and all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah. I don't think I'd ever do that. I barely have my ship together as it is.
Personal shield losing power.
You need to get your ship together. Are you kicking names and taking ass? Well, I am too, so don't put another finger on her. I'm mine and I still wanna. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Surgical strike throws a bunch of sterilized. Oh damn! Scalpels at people. Man, I didn't want to get caught up in this. I didn't pay attention when I was running. I didn't wanna do it, Cotton. I didn't wanna. He killed his own guys. Kagan man. Ooh.
OXNYX053 says, if you can get your haste up, it's very good. I've got account access to the Dynamo off that one ship you bought twice. And the M6,
Yeah.
but it's 75k dill for anyone.
This ship you bought twice. Oh, that damn ship. Interceptor. Got the dynamo. Damn interceptor. Fucking shit. I kept it. Second time I kept it. Damn it. Ever since the days of old, men have searched for wealth untoiled. Oh, hello. Oh, that did give me credit. I don't want the stuff though. I don't want the credits, plural. Damn, I got 12 of them. I didn't know. Again, I'm not counting you.
OXNYX053 says, not using attack tree build, so I lose the haste there. But I'm using the preserver set which has a haste clicky.
Oh, do you not want to like reset your skills and all that to fit it, or is this just a test kind of build? Just to see how well it worked. So I haven't like, I don't know really what to do with that skill tree, like the best route to take for stuff. Take on me, take me on, I'll be gone in a day or two.
OXNYX053 says, the tune in question is a eng with the Psy tree build, for manual generation.
An engineering with a science tree build with a tactical surgical strike is its is its main, right? Or am I thinking wrong? That's interesting. Engineer, huh? Yeah, got a good tactical surgical strike here going on. Ooh. Wolf are capturing the point. Then I touched up. Talking away. Oh, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you a shy
OXNYX053 says, some of my alts are skilled that way. Some are open for swapping.
Ah. I'll try to, like, my characters, get them, like, you know, if it's English, engineering, I try to make it where, you know, it does more of that, you know, as far as its skill tree, a little bit more, unless I want it to be a good fighting ship or something. Other than that, I always like kind of default a certain way no matter what for tactical. I wish there was a way we can like get more of those, skill it out even further. I've never got to the very far end on the skill tree, you know. Avatar. I come from a land down under. Avatar. Better run, you better take cover. Take. Take. Boom. Boom, buddy. Okay. Some signs importance. Brr, brr, brr. Do 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 do. 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 Construct morale center. 1 hour 19 minutes. Colony. Luxury good automatic collection. That's not bad. 1 hour 9 minutes. I should be awake for that. Expertise. Are you still like with one of your characters doing the experience thing, or can I go ahead and kind of add to these that need it? Expertise or whatever. Who was it that told me that? Was it you? Ox? That said you had this character and that's what they'll be donating, whatever. It's shying away. Two days, 8 hours. Damn, upgrade development facilities takes a long ass time. Oh, I'll be coming for you anyway.
OXNYX053 says, my gem has Tay expertise. Scorpwana says, Scorpwana is a piece of shit.
Your Gem Hadar has the expertise. Now, do you want to be the one to donate that, or if I come across one that is clear, do you want me to donate to that or leave it for you? I don't know. Dun, 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 dun.
Inverted Paradox says, at Scorpwana. OXNYX053 says, fill it if you've got it.
Fill it if you got it. Sweet. Okay. Or do you want to do that, Inverted Paradox? I was talking to Hate 3K. What was it, yesterday? And he says, "Wow, your fleet's at level 7 and you're almost up to me." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, well, you do have help with yours.
Inverted Paradox says, do what I wasn't listening.
Do I? Well, for like expertise donating, I don't want to like keep the donations away from other people if you want to get fleet credits or something. So I've kind of held back on what things I've been donating to. Like I could, right here, this expertise for 200,000. I could donate to that if, if anybody wanted me to, but I don't want to be the, just taking a donation to something from someone if they want to do that, if that makes sense. If not, you can buy my book and probably figure out what I'm talking about. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to take the chance away that someone can get in some like fleet credits by being like, oh, me first, let me get fleet credits kind of thing. If that makes the more sense. What the hell? My shit. What the fuck? Okay. Good night. That was sucked, didn't it? That's more like it. Give me back my fillet fish. Give me that fish. Give me back my fillet fish. Give me that fish. What? Yay! 825 lifetime credits. Mm-hmm. Sure. Sure, yeah, you betcha. Nah. I mean, I like I was saying, I don't want to be. I'll donate. You know, I can. I just don't want to take that away from someone. You know, I'm repeating myself on purpose. This is not by accident. I'm not demented, or am I? What does that one have? Okay, never mind. It disappeared. It came back. It disappeared. It came back. It disappeared again. Got like a line through it. Country. You. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. I'll just donate. If it's one thing Ushanka has is enough expertise for everything. Shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for you to love. Okay. Oh boy, we got some jumpers. Do 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 do. In a day or two. Come here, bottle of water. You a good boy. You a good boy. Good boy, water, water. Minute 20. Minute 20. Minute. Oh man, I didn't do Admiralty for each. Okay. I might go back to her then. Admiralty. Burp derp derp burp derp burp. Burp burp derp burp derp 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 burp burp derp burp. We got bags of Doritos at work that have something about a Stranger Things virtual like play or something. Virtual show or I don't know.
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Doritos and Cheetos coming down the stairs every single day. Bananas and pajamas are coming down the stairs. Pumperdinkle. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. Holy shit, everybody in the world's over here. How? Why? 4 Voth. Those Voth. Those. Oh, wow. That was interesting. Everybody came from their own little places here and attacked me. Wild. Wild, man. Wild.
Enemy targets on sensor.
OXNYX053 says, "You're just popular, I guess."
Yes, that must be what it is. Just the most unpopular popular person in Star Trek Online. From 3 little towers they came, moving silently down through the centuries, struggling to reach the time of the gathering. Those who remained would travel to the law, or battle to the last. No one would ever know we were among you until now. Here we are, born to be kings, the princes of the universe. Here we belong fighting to survive in a world with the darkest power. Yeah! And here we are, we're the princes of the universe. Here we belong, fighting for survival. We've come to be the rulers of your world. Born to be kings, princes of the universe, fighting and free. Ooh. We were born to be princes of the universe. No man should understand. Power comes from my own hand. Who? People talk about it. Gotta know your way, man, will it go far? The links for the stars. Stars rise way up high. Gotta pass the test first time. Yeah. Pow. Pow.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
It's very spontaneous to get raided that quickly, that early. I never care about a raid though. I need to disable the raid feature. I've been talking about it, I just hadn't done it yet. That way nobody can raid me. Then I need to like send like a message to Twitch or something to say please remove my affiliate status or something. And then delete all the videos and stop streaming. That is the plan. No man can understand. Because it's almost time for Ryza. And first day of Ryza will be a year of streaming. Except not every day because of me being sick those few days. And I said I'd give it a test. I'd give it a try. Just to see if I could do it for a year. And I can't. I don't know how all these other streamers do stuff or whatever. These people that actually do stream and are entertaining. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they keep up the energy of it. And they're like super entertaining too. They got like one of those, you know, like catchers, they put their face on there, let the whole world see who they are and know their real name and all this stuff. I don't see how. Like that Armor or whatever the fuck you call her. It's like armor ham and turkey cheese sandwich Mareth. Always kissing fake ears. I don't know. You could have those like 10-hour streams. You know, some people out there that stream. I was like, how do you do that? I don't think I could. I couldn't be still long enough. I mean, I can be still, but I don't know about that kind of still. You may like wear a headset for 10 hours a day with the speakers right next to your head, causing whatever. Who knows what's going on there? Causing some problems. Change character.
OXNYX053 says, well, you are entertaining. But you tend to just do Dyson ground. I believe it is to bank dill for refining during the summer event.
Yes. Yes, that's primarily what I do. Is the dilithium to Zen. I mean, that's it. I don't see any other things to do in the game once you get to a certain point. You know, that's where am I'm going here? Like a lot of people that they get burned out and doing certain things. Like I don't like doing the missions anymore. I mean, it's the same thing over and over all the time. I miss building missions. That was fun. You know, whenever they had the foundry, that was interesting. No one ever used any of the things I built though, but I never really finished either. I don't know of any other thing to do. I mean, everyone already does the ship battles, and I'm not good at that. I'm not good at ground. I just like to do the dilithium. More like a chat session, than actual gameplay. Just that's the visual thing to look at while rambling on about meaningless bullshit.
Will adapt to service hours.
Service hours. Entertain us. Here we are now. Target shields have failed. Do 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 do. Bum ba dum bum bum wow 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 wow. Bow wow. Bow bow wow bow bow. Boom! I barely got anything off of that one.
You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
You will be bored, Ed. Boarded.
OXNYX053 says, well, Space Barbie and Mim builds both come to mind.
Space Barbie. Space Barbie. Where is this ship gonna be? Space Barbie and meme builds.
Resistance detected. Unit matrix 0047. 4 of 10. Engaging now.
How is it? I'm just right there. I had no idea where the hell anything would be. And I'm right here at this thing. What the fuck? WTF apostrophe S. What the fucks? Associate I was working with tonight at work had just stated like one of the Hampton
OXNYX053 says, have you seen Raynal Mu DAR? My Cardassian in your fleet?
I know that you got a guy named Raynal. I didn't know that he was in the fleet though, or did I forget? I probably forgot, because that seems to be happening a lot. Forgetting seems to happen all the time. Oh wow, we on fire. We're on fire. They're burning. That's funny.
OXNYX053 says, probably we're not paying real attention.
That's right. I'm bad about that. I don't pay attention for shit to a lot of things. I would say that I'm trying my best to pay attention to stuff, but it just keeps slipping away. Discard. Dude, we're filling up, aren't we, on this other stuff here? Discard that too. No, we want to click on that to hold it. Eh.
OXNYX053 says, and as it isn't directly you, I can respect that.
Oh, it's me. I blame me for it all. I blame me for a lot of things. Let's see. Progress 1. Just gonna click random shit. Entertain us.
OXNYX053 says, but dude, kit out some ships with that gear as weapon banks.
Kit out some ships with that gear. I could probably put it in my bank. The stuff in here in my main character. 'Cause I have it because I have all these loadouts for the ship. You know, I have like each of these goes with something here, you know. And that is in here. And that seems to be the issue with a lot of it.
OXNYX053 says, make some inventory room.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd make it room for it though. Oh, there's some colony battery provisions. Look at that. Wow. Maybe we can put it in these people's coffer. Contribute. Should we? Yeah, let's just get rid of it. I don't bother. I don't care. Too bad you can't share these across like your people. You know, so just big character bound. That'd be nice. 0. Well, give me the option to donate if I can't donate anything. Oh, because it hits at 250. Okay, and it stays. So you can't donate more than that. All right, I got you. You can't hold more than that. Wow. Here we are now, entertain us. This fleet's right here has been level 65 forever. What's the roster look like now? Oh, I went to 5th place. Oh shit. Somebody's went above me with the donations. I was in 4th. Slacker's there every day, as well as this dude. And that dude there, dude. Somebody else needs to take over this damn fleet. I need to send this guy right here an email saying, take over the damn fleet already. Let's see. Yeah, you know, I got all this junk.
OXNYX053 says, something I do with tunes is swap ships for different need damage for endeavors and only keep what I want to I use on my main ship. That or no more than 2.
Well, I just like my toilet prize. The game won't let me have crapper prize. USS Shitter. Constipation. Funny, fun. Yeah, I need to devote time to doing anything with these people on here, this character stuff. I'm always pressed for time. I hit a dog on the way home today. Yep.
OXNYX053 says, are there any very low-level fleets in our armada that might be able to use those colony provisions?
Colony well, I don't know. My main character that I was just under is fed, so he doesn't have any KDF provision things or something. Gary the Klingon. Yeah, there's a bunch of these armada people. They're fleet level 0.
OXNYX053 says, air, his armada then.
Oh, I don't know. Let me go back and look. Change character. Let's see. Roster, well, no, armada. Oh, that's right, there are none. Forgot. There is no armada for this fleet that my main character is in. It's just us. Just these people that are here. Status. Why is it so out of whack? It's like it's not even in order. That's not how that works. That function's supposed to. 10, 21, 22, 22, 22. There's people coming in. I mean, it still has about the same amount of people. Yeah, there's no armada for that fed kit right there. And as far as it goes for...
Yelby says, look at all those chickens.
Look at all those chickens. Hello, Yelby. Chickens? Where? What chickens? And who is this chickens?
Yelby says, sup.
Sup. Supper time.
Yelby says, I dunno, it was the first thing that came to mind.
I like it. I like it. I like first things that come to mind. No thinking required, just saying.
OXNYX053 says, I think the heart of it uses alphabetic number function. So 1, 10, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, that was a pretty good beat. I liked it. Endeavors. Deal Polaron damage ground. Destroys Zenkethi's ships. Gone for battle zone.
Yelby says, aka dictionary sorting, I believe.
Chicken or the egg. Well, no, like I was saying though, even where is it? Where's the fucking roster right here? When you select status, right? Well, ascending or descending ordering usually is alphabetical. Or that if the field is numeric, then it would be numerical or whatever. For those of us, like, you know, if you just put it by alphabetical order, or, well, online order here, what is it, descending? And that's ascending. So descending. It's 2/21/2022 for this, whoever this person is. Then 11 11 4 2 1 4 4 4 4 2 4 1 4 4. Okay. But then you like say join fleet date, right? Let's see. Okay, that's all over the place a little bit too, I guess. It's 1, like, okay, so 1 11 12 2. So it goes 1. Okay, I'm understanding what you're saying. It takes care of all the 1s, then it goes to 2s, because that is that's that kind of alphabetical or numeric ordering. number orders. Ones, 1, 2, 2. That's
Yelby
crazy.
says, sounds like their query statements are a little weird.
Yeah. Member comments, rank change, joined. Okay. So if you go to the status, that's where it gets me. I guess it's just not right. That's not how that's supposed to work.
OXNYX053 says, have you seen Stowe before?
Right? Maybe it also goes by like rank. What if it takes into contributor like warrior or something? I don't know. Yeah, there's a bunch of features in this, isn't it? A bunch of strange shit. Polar on damaged ground. Okay, where am I at that's near a ground anything? Colony fleet. I ain't gonna have shit.
OXNYX053 says, things being a little of is the norm.
Yeah, a lot of
Yelby
it's.
says, true.
I'd like to see the coding for this game though, just to see what the hell's going on. They probably got like old code there, like commented out, and new code underneath it with a big question mark, like what does this do? And just imagine all the chaos that's in it. I need to repair this ship. Should I, or should he just keep it the way it is? What if they had a cool camera thing you can do on here? That'd be so awesome. Let's go into overdrive. Hyperactive. If you're going to be staying at a Hampton Inn, anywhere, whoops, too far. Anywhere in, what was it, South Arkansas, do not use their soap. The Neutrogena bath soap. Apparently it's been breaking a few people out. Like a rash type thing.
Welcome to Gotham.
The Zenkethi this, the Zenkethi that, the Zenkethi. 10 battleships, dreadnoughts 5. Maybe we'll get some dreadnoughts out of that, I don't know. Well, we'll just do something here.
OXNYX053 says, repair the ship to avoid player rage in TFOs. Channel points to heal Gary, but also consider an annual reset.
Well, that would be pretty cool, I like that.
Fight off the incoming Zenkethi ships. Keep control of the area.
Zenkethi. Oh, would people get pissed off at me for having such a damaged ship? That would be funny. I can actually see what the ship is capable of doing. Instead of like having to subtract like -9 damage for this and times 2 or 3 hull breaches.
OXNYX053 says, also, only fix the ship out of combat maps.
Only fix it out of combat? So do you mean like go to the star bases or something like that and get it fixed outside of combat? Or only use the fixes inside? Like go to a repair yard or whatever it is and have them work on the ship and say, okay, well,
OXNYX053 says, no match in healing. Must go to a star base. Gonadra Station is a good TFO staging place for Klingons.
Klingon. So go to a star base. Well, yeah, it's free at a star base, right? Donk. I just always want to see how many of these I can accumulate, you know. See how bad it gets. It's like when I was playing with Gary on with the ground maps, and he kept dying, and finally I hit like respawn, and it never did. It's like, okay, that's enough. You know, this guy can't take anymore. Come on, come on. Where's some stuff at? This thing over here says there's some stuff. Where are they at? Where the hell?
Yelby says, I don't think I've seen this place before. OXNYX053 says, UMM, to a point. After a limit is cost X.
Oh, really? Like it'll actually take away energy credits and stuff if you stay damaged or injured for too long? Yeah, this is the Gonkra, or Gongra? Is it Gongra or Gonkra? Battle zone, where the Zenkethi are. You have to capture spots and stuff, and then the main ships. It's almost like the Undine battle zone in a way. Have you ever been over there?
OXNYX053 says, teasing the battle zone, Gon CRA system. Near the colony planet.
My right shield's failing, Captain. I don't know why.
Target shields have failed.
OXNYX053 says, ignore my spelling, I just went with what I remembered.
I think that's accurate. Yeah,
Hull integrity below 50%.
definitely accurate. Okay, nothing happening there. There you go, yeah. Pew 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 pew.
Left shield failing.
We're gonna keep shooting you until you die, sir. Yay, got it. Okay, we're leaving. Gotta love how I do this, huh? Some of the most cheap bass air speed and space flight fighting that a person can ever
Yelby
do.
says, I feel like your shield penetration is pretty gnarly watching the health drop before the shields do.
Like, watching my shields like drop pretty fast. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell I'm ever doing in this game, so that's probably a lot of it there. Okay, let's see. Destroy dreadnoughts. Isn't there like a TFO with Borg that are good for that? Like Hive Onslaught, isn't that supposed to be a good one? We'll queue up for it just cause. Shield penetration is pretty gnarly. Watching the shield drop before the shields do, or the health drop before shields. Does that mean I've got good shields, or is it that I have bad shields?
OXNYX053 says, going mute, toddler just got up.
Alright. Go ahead. Mute out my swearing. I try to not do that, but sometimes I just can't help it. I'm insane. I do like
Yelby
the
says,
idea of
it means you're penetrating their shields. Instead of hurting the shields, you're hurting the hull.
and is that good or bad? I mean, should I take shields out first, or like
Yelby says, good for kills.
good for kills? Okay, so it's good. How am I doing that then? I don't get it. Is it because of this revolutionary stuff, or just this random assortment of things? Ugh. Ooh, can I upgrade that? Nope. Okay. I was just curious. Okay, so that's not kickstarting the conduit, maybe? Okay, that went quick.
Yelby says, \___/.
I have no shit idea, fuck. That's what you're saying. I have no clue. I have no clue. I have no clue at all. Gotta love packages. It says product enlarged to show detail. I know it's smaller than what's in there. I do like the idea of channel points being used to heal Gary the Klingon.
The situation is grim.
Brothers Grimm.
Yelby says, IHVE no clue C18.
You have no clue, Captain? I have no clue, Captain. You have no clue, Captain. Scotty. Do I still have that as a sound?
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
James Duhan.
Yelby says, Russian accent doesn't come well through text.
Haven't.
Scanning the nanite transmitter.
Haven't.
Done.
Have no clue.
Additional data is available.
Have no clue, Captain. Have. Don't worry, it's okay. Are you Russian? Boom. My radar silent me.
Nanite probes can repair the transport. Stop them.
Yelby says, I think one of the Discovery things, where you do the simulation has dreadnoughts in it. I could be wrong through.
Oh.
Yelby says, no, I am not Russian, I am a purebred Murican.
American? You're a purebred American? I am as well American. I think I know which one you're talking about. It's where, like,
Probe is closing in on a transport. Destroy it.
it's from Discovery, right? Like the episode where there's this huge battle and the ship, the Klingon, like, rams the other ship. We have no reason to know you,
Closing in on a transport.
but blah blah blah. I'm Klingon.
OXNYX053 says, and back. I was expecting her to wake up. She didn't go to the bathroom before bed. Yelby says, yeah, that one.
Closing in on a
Yeah, that one right there. That one right there, Captain. Welcome back, Ox. So she went back to sleep? So I had to get up, use the bathroom, and went back to bed.
A probe is repairing a transformer. Destroy it quickly.
Probe is collecting all this stuff here.
Target's shields have failed.
Wee. Wee. Wee.
OXNYX053 says, sleep? Maybe not yet, but she has a noise generator louder than
Closing
this.
in on a transformer. Destroy it.
Wow, an actual, like, is it so it helps her sleep to have the noise? I know that, like, a good rain, you know, on, like, outside on a metal roof type thing is pretty good at
A probe is
sleeping.
closing in on a transformer. Destroy it.
I like that. It was lightning earlier.
OXNYX053 says, both kids have a 10 hours YouTube sleep music video they play when they sleep.
Wow. Okay. That would be a good thing to sleep, like just hearing nothing. but noise, but just noise cancellation stuff going on. Or the white noise, the snow like
Yelby says,
from the
I
TV.
wish the Discovery rep had Tetrian weapons instead of Disruptor and Phaser. I'm doing a Katane build and that means using Tetrian, and I wanted to do both Discovery sets.
I have not done one of the Cations yet.
You will be Borg.
I'm definitely getting Borg waiting for this to work. I figure if I stay up here and start shooting, I won't die. Oh, it disappeared into a thing.
Sensors confirm that the transform conduit.
Census confirmed that the transport conduit.
OXNYX053 says, isn't the Gamma Reps all Tet? Yelby says, I like the Katane, it's also something that's more standouty with the game because no other race is like it and you can't make a version with Alien.
I think that's it. Battle of the Binary Stars, Defense of Starbase 1, Operation Represent. Is that 30 minutes? 30 minute, average 15. Pearl over Pavo. Peril. To hell with honor. Ew. I don't want to do to hell with honor, that's for damn sure. I like doing that only at certain times. I don't like doing it all the time, though. You can't rain all the time.
Yelby says, I hate the to hell with honor one.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I only do it like whenever it's the TFO thing or something going on that like is required TFO. Or out of so many, you know. Previously on Star Trek Online. Got nothing to say there, Levi. Got nothing to say there, son. But you didn't have to cut me off. Make it like it never happened and that we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger and it feels so rough.
Yelby says, previously on Star Trek Scorpwana.
Previously on the retard. Renewable, I think, would be good from that there.
Resistance is futile.
No, futile is futile. Go in like I did before. Full blast, speed ahead there, son. Yo, shield systems malfunction. Yes, another damage. Man, if I could have made that achievement system, that could have been one of the achievements. Heal Gary the Klingon. Gary the Klingon. Tactical cube. I don't know how to fly these things and do stuff. Oh, he'll clear the Klingon. Achievement unlocked.
Yelby says, ah.
Did it not work?
Yelby says, there it is.
Ah, yeah, you have to wait for it. It's not instant because it has to generate. Plus, it's also laggedy people for some reason.
Preparing to fire lance weapons.
Lance weapons!
Get under their guns.
Who the hell is Lance Weapons? And why the hell is Lance on the side of the ship? Make a character called Lance Weapons.
Your efforts are futile.
Nuh-uh, you're
Destroy this
futile.
vessel,
Nuh-uh,
and I will claim another.
bitch.
OXNYX053 says, it's just a delay. But there is a general cooldown between them.
Yeah, I have it like,
Yelby says, I have a character named Mittens.
Mittens.
Eternal!
Yeah, I have it set for a minute cooldown.
End.
This is only the beginning.
Rear shields failing.
Search for somebody's something or whatever. Completed. 95, not bad. Leave map now. Leave map now. Oh, fucking
OXNYX053 says, I went for tune named Almost Anal Murder.
Would they have allowed that?
Yelby says, know what? Blowing stuff up is fun. Mind if I join you? Or do I need to be on a Klingon? I only have my Fed ready to run.
Well, I'm doing this on Gary the Klingon because he has to get the endeavors for the recruit thing. So that's why I'm. Oh wow, look at that! Thirst for blood. Spend 45 specialization points. When the hell did that happen?
OXNYX053 says, I have a Larry Mittenpaus. And he is a short Tellarite.
Ooh. What do you get for that, I wonder?
Congratulations, General.
Congratulations, you bastard. Recruitment Universal Tech Upgrade. My god. Junk. You get junk for that. Gary. I'm waiting for one of those coupon things to come out to, you know, the coupon code you can put in here and get free shit. Like the last one someone just gave me allowed me to get some more storage space for Archer. Warrior's Blood, Unforgettable. I still have a good ways to go on that one.
OXNYX053 says, woefully underpowered tech upgrades. Evidently.
Yeah. But hey, he can use them. Gary loves shit like that. Let's see. We're gonna keep the Lorca thing, so what if can we upgrade that? Yay! That's just a chance too, and there's hardly any of it, so no. Let's see. Gary's going to keep his weapons for sure. No, don't you dare, you dumbass. Protection status on, sign. Upgrade his cannon weapon. Whatever. Yeah, go ahead. Yay. They give you that. Oh my goodness, look at that.
OXNYX053 says, the Lorca thing is your shield pen.
This game, I swear. Okay, I need 3 more dreadnoughts. To hell with honor. Let's just, at the end of that is 3. It's such a pain in the ass.
OXNYX053 says, a manual screensaver now?
Manual screensaver? What? Do I need to make a screensaver? Do I need to make like a function where it just kind of blacks out the screen saying like 3 hours later or whatever? A manual screensaver. Definitely don't want to do gravity kill, that's for damn sure.
OXNYX053 says, 1. Invite me to a team. 2. That stupid Lukuri one, or, that evacuation lead my Odo.
Led by Odo? Invite you to a team. Where would we go as a team?
OXNYX053 says, stream lag from when you're sliding your inventory right/left.
Really? This causes it to lag? That's crazy. Star Trek Online. Well, it also lags the mouse. I mean, you click and hold and you drag it, and the mouse like goes ahead of it. Then it catches up. It's so stupid. This game's full of bugs. Features. Okay. Invite you to a team. Let's see. Renal failure.
OXNYX053 says, to knock out your dreadnoughts. No, it looked like a screensaver.
Ah, it looked like a
Yelby
screensaver.
says, I wonder how far behind the stream is from when chat is.
It's not supposed to be too far behind because I have it on low latency mode. But things
Yelby
happen.
says, like 9 seconds.
Like 9 seconds, Scoob. Oh.
Yelby says, for me.
For you, do. That Lucari one. What is the Lucari one? Mama, just killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun. I don't know. I have it on set for low latency.
OXNYX053 says, +/24 here, from when I clicked accept and I popped up on his team.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's from me or what, but it shouldn't be. I mean, it's a constant upload. And
OXNYX053 says, Dranur Gauntlet.
Dranur Gauntlet Advance. Renal.
OXNYX053 says, I live in latency hell.
Renal failure. I can check Streamlabs. Performance window shows, okay, there have been a total of 757 frames dropped since the beginning of this whole thing that I've done. And that's 0.3% of total for 2 hours and 28 minutes. Ugh. Hello there, Mitten. Wow, that's a little ship.
OXNYX053 says,
That's a
I
cool
love
little
that
ship.
tunes still use the old map stairs on DS9.
They still use the old ones, so they're like walking on nothing?
You don't have a lot of time, so I'll make
Jordy.
Yelby says, it is a tiny ship.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
OXNYX053 says, yep.
Huh. I always wonder why they tend to be like jumping
Yelby
all over the
says,
place.
It reminds me of a horseshoe crab.
A horseshoe with crabs. Kylie Jenner is here. Or is it Kaylee? I don't know. Yeah, I had wondered on DS9 why a lot of the NPCs seem to kind of like just pop up to places and like go down them and weird shit. So do they still think that it's like this huge ass area then? Because wasn't DS9 when it first showed up on here like 3 times as bigger than it's supposed to be?
OXNYX053 says, taught the Da Vinci.
Like the Da Vinci? Like the Da Vinci.
They're on an intercept course.
They're in the outer step course. I just remember back before, like whenever you were on DS9, you like going to Quark's bar. You went to the door and you had to like click a button to let it load Quark's bar, you know, and then be in there instead of just a continuous walk through the doorway. But it was also like 3 to 4 times bigger or something, if I remember correctly. Which I probably am not. That's how things work out for me. I don't remember things anymore. Losing me. What am I gaining? Left shield's failing, Captain. Yay. Boom in the ass. There's Josh Odin. We've got, let's see, Josh Odin. Okay, LaForge, what the fuck ever. From the Frota Brasilia fleet. Weighing in at 375 ounces. And the red corner. Man. Have you remember like Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV? That was pretty cool. Claymation Deathmatch. Activate satellite system. Activate now. Activate satellite again. Activated satellite. Go to the other satellite and activate that satellite. Activate satellite. We have activated a satellite. Circle around and activate a satellite. Once again, we're activating a satellite. We've clicked activate a satellite. The satellite has been activated. Collision geometry failure. Yeah, I don't know what to do to make the latency better. My whole computer's about latency problems as it is. When you start hearing the audios like skipping and making weirder noises and stuff. That means I've been connected to the internet for too damn long and gotta restart the computer. But restarting it, since I read up on this latency bug that a few of us Windows 10 users have, it's a network issue for real. Ever since the creators update a few years ago, those of us that it has affected, that has no fix at all, because Microsoft acknowledges that it is not their fault. But it seems to have only happened after the creator update to the select few. And or if you're connected to the internet and you're massively downloading something, uploading something, or have just been on there all day, like watching YouTube or just, you know, average browsing for say 12 hours or so, or less depending on how much internet, you know, networking you're actually using, will cause a lot of latency in the system, whereas your audio will start skipping, stuttering. When you visually try to like move your mouse and click on a folder, you'd like double click, and eventually it pops up. Just stuff that keeps happening, and once you disable the network adapter, everything returns to normal. But then as soon as you turn it back on, it starts all up again. And the only way to get out of it or whatever is to restart the computer, and it like clears out something and allows you to continue to go and do whatever you're doing. There's been so many people come out with fixes for their stuff, saying, oh, if you do this, if you change the power setting here or whatever. It doesn't work for me though. I've tried all these little things. There's something to do with DirectX or something. You like go in there and look at the settings there and go to your BIOS to do whatever. Nothing works. That's why I have a latency monitor installed. The way if I suspect that latency is an issue with anything visually and auditorily or whatever. Auditably, is that the word I'm looking for? I can run it and it will tell me like what actual system device or whatever's using the most and causing the issue. And it's always the network adapter, TC IP or whatever. TCI? I don't know. And something else, I forget. But whenever you restart, it's like it clears out this cache or cache, whoever wants to say it a certain way, and then it works. So I've been looking into like over the years, what does it actually clear out whenever it restarts? Is it the DNA cache? I mean, I've manually cleared that and it didn't work. I've set I've changed settings in the actual thing itself, you know, off and on here, the properties for stuff, and tried different drivers because I thought, well, the drivers that it used before the creative update years ago, maybe they were different than the ones now, but you can revert back to those and it does the same thing. So it's just some sort of bug in Windows 10 for just some of us users that it affects it. Maybe it's a network card, because a lot of it I think has a lot to do with the Realtek network adapter, which is installed. Oh, warp core failure. All right. Got another one. But I have been puzzled by that whole thing like for years. So like if I ever am off like during the day or something, and I've been using my computer a lot on the internet, before I stream, I'll have to turn it off. Like, you know, restart it versus shutting down, because you don't want to just shut down. Restarting does a lot more refreshing than shutting down, apparently. And it kind of returns to a normal state, and then that's whenever I stream. But after streaming, like after this or during it, if I go too long, it'll start doing the audio skipping thing, which is why it's another reason for me having such short streams, because it'll just get annoying. It'll just like sound like a band going off, like a rubber band effect. Like if you go donk, it'll go, you know, you're like, oh shit. You can watch a video when the latency's happening, and
Satellite upgrades are now
acknowledged. And it'll the audio will become like the sync will be off. And then you can you'll stop it, start it back up, it'll sync back up again. Oh, you healed that. Okay. Oh, upgrade. I will upgrade it myself. Ooh. I love how I don't have brakes. I just keep going forward. But it's a big problem, though. What is it? Net something or whatever causing it. I've been throwing my...
Yelby says, space brakes don't exist.
Space brakes don't exist. Inertial dampeners have failed, Captain.
OXNYX053 says, I'm an ing. My upgrade sucks and should only be sued 3 places.
Well, I'm attack and I do whatever the hell, I don't know.
Picking up the enemy flagships. Hang on up there.
Reading Rainbow. Oh, there's a dreadnought. Had to be Iconian. I really wish they would have explored the Iconians more in like Star Trek Next Generation or something.
Yelby says, I'm an engineer and there is cat hair in all of my components.
Cat hair.
Hull integrity below 75%.
Like hairballs everywhere.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Wow, I'm doing 0 damage. That's awesome.
25%.
Kaboom! Read the rainbow. Read the rainbow.
Yelby says, well, when it gets to shedding season it gets pretty bad.
It's a whole crew, nothing but Cations.
Shield generator alpha is at 75%.
Like in that episode of Lower Decks, where was it the science officer, whatever, she's Cation. She just wanted some sort of a scratching post or something.
Yelby says, at some point I wanna make a temporal build so I can have actual rainbow weapons for fun.
Reading Rainbow.
Yelby says, the chief medical officer wanting the box.
They've destroyed shield generator gamma. Hull integrity below 75%. Rear shields.
Damn it! I'm getting wrecked. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
I
Shield failing.
can go anywhere.
Shield generator alpha is at
Things
50%.
to know.
Have failed.
Ways
Shield
to
generator
grow.
beta is at 50%.
Reading rainbow.
Four shields failing. Left shield failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Rear shields failing. Shield generator beta is at 25%.
OXNYX053 says, dreads on the sides.
Dreads on the sides. That's what I'm going after. Is this dreadnought guy. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. I can do anything.
We've lost shield generator alpha.
Cool. We've lost like every damn one of them. That's awesome. Like, what'd you expect from the Iconians?
Four shields failing.
Yawn. Yonder. 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 Yandaya. Yandaya.
Right shield failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Hull integrity below 20%.
Hull integrity non-existent.
Enemy fleets have disengaged.
What?
Welcome.
OXNYX053 says, a good clean 0 from that.
I know, right? That's pretty awesome. That. All right. Idea. What's in your hands? In your hand. Zombie, zombie. Take a look. It's in a book. A damn rainbow. I can't do a damn thing.
OXNYX053 says, so without the tack tree, I've only got 3 spikes with a 2 minutes cooldown each.
3 spikes. Oh, the surgical strike. Do 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 burp. Do 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 do.
OXNYX053 says, haste spikes. But the Preserver's Resonant Technologies one is much better than I expected.
Haste spikes with Preserver's Resonance Technology one better. Haste spikes? What's a haste spike? Haste spikes. Oh, like fast. Haste is fast. Faster than my ass. Fast. Ooh. The hell? Oh, it's the Voth thing. Voth engaging. Rawr. I'll just stand here and get shot at. Yay, that worked out great. He died, boy, he died. He hit himself upside the head really hard, boy. Ooh.
OXNYX053 says, I'm rolling them to drag them out. I'm getting about 20-25 seconds of uptime on surgical strikes on my anti-optimized build.
Anti-optimized. Is it doing a good bit of damage?
OXNYX053 says, so I need 4 haste buffs to fill out the global cooldown, but I've only got 3. OXNYX053 says, at times.
How do you get a fourth one?
The situation
Yelby says, the amount of broken components on your ship O.O.
I know, right? I wonder if the red alert is counted as a dreadnought, or does it say not those? Like the big Borg penis ship at the end on the TFO, or the red alert. Resistance detected. I know, isn't it awesome?
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields.
OXNYX053 says, if I put my main in this ship, with the same gear, I'd tipple my DPS. The TAC cube and pickle.
TAC cube of pickle. Zima flapper. Meow.
The nanite probes can repair the transformers. Stop them.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Not right, meow. The Sarge. Tiger Firehammer.
A probe is closing in on a transformer. Destroy it.
We are the Borg. Und if we are the Borg, then you are not the Borg.
OXNYX053 says, I think the DPRM, or whatever it is, came in a 10th anniversary ship.
Destroy it. Quickly.
DPRM. Damage per real minute. Rough minute. Rough mileage. Millimeter. Malignant? That's what I need.
Probe is closing in on a transformer. Destroy it.
I need something to kick my ass.
Core shields failing. Rear shields failing. Hull integrity.
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us.
Lower your shit and prepare to situation. Yeah, elimination. That's what I was saying. Elimination. Target shields have failed, Captain. Target shields have failed. Yeah. Oh, we died. Respawn. You respawn. Yes. Ooh, upside down flying. Pretty awesome looking. Star Trek, Star Trek, Star Trek. We gonna try to kick his ass.
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
If the cube is spinning, does that mean like I'm gonna be kicking its ass or something? Or
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed.
it's been.
However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted.
It has been destroyed.
Send in a away
Has
team
been.
there to look for survivors.
It has been destroyed. Has been. Has been.
Yelby says, Bean.
Has been. It's Canadian. Or British. One of the three.
Hull integrity below 50%.
It has been. It's like on the show in Star Trek Next Generation where they said status report. I'm thinking, bitch, that word says status. It has been destroyed. Status report, Mr. Wolf. I don't know what that means, Captain.
Scorpwana says, status report. OXNYX053 says, dynamic power redistributor module.
Ah. Previously on Star Trek Online. The Valve ships have destroyed the pudding and have everybody excited about the new pudding machine. Pudding is back in-
OXNYX053 says, status report, US. Yelby says, you loaded in just as I left, haha. Scorpwana says, status report, UK.
Loaded just as you left. Was you there? Was you there? We are adrift in space. In space, yeah.
Yelby says, I was there, then you left, I stuck around, then I decided to go clean my inventory a little bit, so I left, then right as I left you joined.
It's like I'm avoiding you, but not really. Circumstances, that's all I got to say. It's like a lot of people always think I'm avoiding them in game. I'm not. It's the way the game runs. Ground battle zone. Ground battle zone. Leave battle zone. Don't you leave my battle zone. Rubber Ducky, you're the one. Rubber Duck. Fleet level 8. Holy shit, that thing just jumped up again. Status, Mr. Wolf. Status. Oh, brand new and improved, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Opa!
Yelby says, I need me some Nakaram marks.
Gotta. Well, can probably go there and stuff. And stuff and stuff, and yeah. Ooh. What's this one? Science. Provisioning. Picard. Pick hard. Not Picard, but pick hard. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Okay, bang.
Yelby says,
Can you hear
pick
it?
hard.
Pick hard. If you're gonna pick your nose, you pick hard, mister. You pick hard, mister. You stick your finger in your nose. You dig around in there. Make sure that you find the best thing. And if you pull out something juicy, put that shit on the spoon. It's nothing but a bunch of shit.
Accept the gift of assimilation.
Of assimilation. Okay, so here's the question: are the tactical cubes here considered dreadnoughts versus the tactical cube that's at the conduit? My fire shields are failing. Oh my god! That would be a negative. Tactical cube versus tactical cube. Particle man. Particle man, particle man, particle man versus universe man. If you get in a fight, universe wins. Particle man.
Yelby says, imagine being able to use a Borg cube as a playable ship. OXNYX053 says, TAC cubes should be dreads.
That's what I always thought.
We're detecting a massive energy buildup.
In our painting.
You will become one.
In our pants. I mean, our pants. I would think so. I mean, it's a tactical cube that's on the conduit, and it's a dreadnought, versus the tactical cubes on here are not dreadnoughts. It doesn't make sense. Because it didn't give me anything for helping destroy that one as a dreadnought. That one counted.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
I will claim to be another one. That's what drink for. The dream car. The dreadnoughts. That's what dreadnoughts are always for. This is going to be perfect. I'm not going to get any kind of credit for that. I'm going to die, and whenever I come back, this right here will be 0. Retarded.
OXNYX053 says, your fleet level is twice the total than the rest of the armada.
Is that bad? Motherfucker. I can't respawn. I can't respawn. Damn it. Yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't get the credit for that. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I think that armada's just junk anyway. There's maybe 3 people out of everybody there that actually seems to be online with their character. Minus my anus.
OXNYX053 says, hey, you got a dreadnought. I think.
Yes. I got one, and I died before the queen one, so I did not get that one. There's a dreadnought here in the Voth area. Once the overall control gets to like 100%, the Voth ships will come out. They're usually up and around this area, coming this way. Born and raised by those who praise control of population. So we'll park right here for a second. We'll scratch at our eyes some more, making the tear ducts think, "Oh, there's some damage. Let's start forming some tears to help clean out that bullshit." Sorrow. Okay. Voth, flee the shed. Oh, I was a little bit too far over. About the skirmishes. The skirmishes. Oh, well, dude, I was right there. That's right. Shit. Oh, damn it. Damn it, you hell, you bitch. We're gonna take on this one big ship ourselves with our piece of shit. Dead again, son. All the way fuck over here. Damn it.
OXNYX053 says, the Armada is junk, but it should have a bonus when the colony hits 1. I slotted the activate requisition bonus project to go after the colony to tier 1. Or maybe 2 more fleet points after that.
Sweet. Yeah, do whatever you think is the best. Change whatever. If I put something down, change it to what you think it should be. Defeat Voth fleet. Oh, so there's going to be... Okay, damn it. Fuck. I totally just gave up and ran off the other way. Not even thinking. Oh, yeah, okay, well... They defeated it. Congratulations to them. Ah, shit. 16 minutes for that. Bought get disconnected. I will not. That right there, this takes for damn too long. An eel be in Scotland before, yeah. Ooh. Wait, what was it? The lithium. I got 72 vouchers. There's 12 of them. 12 more. There we go. Yeah, we 12 at a time. That too far. There should be a way to like to use arrow keys to just go like. No upgrades available. Weird. Isn't it weird? Isn't it strange?
OXNYX053 says, Control?
Control. Is it? Does that actually work for that too? Place in the sun. You lived in the shadows. Born and raised by those who praise control of population. I just like clicking on all this stuff because it's fun. And I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Deal Polaron damage, ground. Oh, shit. Flew too far. We're like stuck or something. It didn't tell us to warp out either. Okay. Either, neither, neither. Either, neither, neither. Eight. 650. Not right, meow. It's funny you can move that button around. Pay your noses very well to enter the underground battle zone. Yeah, and do the other endeavor.
OXNYX053 says, Tower control? Tickling a Citadel ship has got to count as a dreadnought.
Tower control. What? Tackling Citadel ship. Tackling has got to count as a dreadnought. Citadel ship. Tower control. Voth front tower, facilities tower, front allied front tower, Voth front tower. Well, I've already tried, and I didn't get to them. I didn't do enough damage to make it count, because I got blown up and then respawned like 500 years away.
OXNYX053 says, I did mean tickling, with how little damage your ship does.
Yeah, it doesn't do much bullshit, does it? Let's see, Polaron damage. How far is it Polaron? Phaser, plasma. Okay, so it's phaser first, disruptor, plasma, tetrion. So, what's that one gonna be then? Polaron. Okay, good deal. Good deal, pickle. Oh, come on, Gary. Gary the Klingon the Gary.
OXNYX053 says, EPS, warp core, weapon, power insulator, and targeting systems damages all lower your damage.
Pew pew, pew pew. Do they have a repair thing at Dyson? Or do you have to like actually go to your own shipyard for that? Shipyard.
Suki Vision says, Oxnix is best budget builder. Hi Ox.
Yeah. Hello, Suki Vision.
OXNYX053 says, howdy Suki.
Always run, Gary. Always run. Inventory full, inventory, inventory full, inventory. Inventory full, inventory full. It's Gary the Klingon. The wild and zany times of Gary the Klingon continue on the Klingon channel.
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent work.
Excellent work. Yes, Sergeant.
The bomb fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
I've been told I need to watch Moonlight.
OXNYX053 says, ChuNOS, Gonaldra Station, DS9, I think Dorzana. You might be able to from your engineering deck, inside your ship, the Enigma Nebula. And the star base once it gets unlocked, it isn't yet.
Starbase. Stars. Stars. Starbase. Engineering deck inside the ship. Visit Starship Bridge.
OXNYX053 says, well QONOS shipyard.
Oh crap, it's that bridge. Ah, damn it, I forgot about this. Ah, damn it.
Suki Vision says, there are some ship and officer options on most bridges. Yelby says, my ship don't even got a special bridge.
My ship don't even have anything but a bridge. They don't even have a real star field. Look at that. Somebody just put some paper up there, some black paper, and put some holes in there on the TV. We sit back and we watch and channels and shows. Okay, bleh, 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 bleh. I need to beam out of my ship so I can get in my ship and find a base.
Suki Vision says, at Yelby been there done that, it kinda sucks, but at the same time how often do you visit your bridge?
I miss visiting my bridge. I like sitting on the bridge. Especially like ships that have a bridge and have a deck and you get to walk around in it.
OXNYX053 says, and no you cannot repair. But you can make components there with a DOF project. Outcomes gets quality. Yelby says, not often, but for completion.
Gary the Klingon.
Suki Vision says, at Yelby, yup, I hear ya there. Spent years trying to get a bridge.
What the hell is this ship called? The Gordon. Okay, I don't know why, but it's the Gordon. This ship has no damage. Gary, you are a ship that has no
Yelby
damage.
says, you know, I wonder, where are Katane ships even shown in Star Trek?
Where are the Cations anyway? Yay, ship repaired. Okay. Tactical should be back soon. What is this one? 2 minutes remaining on that. Still 11 minutes on that one. Okay. Sheila, Sheila, what is that anyway? Send and receive mail.
Cap
Okay.
Curlin says, few of the species were seen in one of the TOS movies, and the animated series, but besides that, not really sure.
Hello, Captain
Suki Vision
Curlin.
says, at Yelby few shows have some short shots of them DS9 for one.
I don't remember Cations. Of course, it's been a long time since I watched DS9.
Yelby says, oh really, I need to Google this now.
Oh, really? Oh, my. Oh, no.
Suki Vision says, battles in Season 6.
Oh, my.
Really see the scope of how big shit is. Wish you can walk around out there. That'd be kind of cool. Why is there a door here and you can't use it? Dude, that's a big Klingon. Or whatever he is. He's a
OXNYX053 says, in a TOS movie, they were in a background shot like hyper briefly at the end.
A TOS movie, really? I guess I didn't pay attention that much in those. I want to, well, even though it's just the same story, but still, I want to see the new remastered.
Yelby says, I mean their ships looks pretty cool to me, and also very blue. OXNYX053 says, almost twice as long as the ET people in Star Wars. Suki Vision says, at Oxnix053 that's the other one I was thinking of, just for some reason though it was TNG XD.
Well, what about R2-D2 in the 2009 and or whatever? He was like in there twice. What was that? He was at the scrap field, like going by the window, and then he got blown out of the ship. Wow. It's been 2 minutes. Okay, yeah. Got one last dreadnought, damn it. And now we've repaired our ship. We should do better. Not really. I'm still playing the game, so therefore we are not going to do anything better.
OXNYX053 says, https://memoryalpha.fandom.com/wiki/cation.
//slasher. It's a slasher's life for me.
The situation is grim.
Brothers Grimm. You will still
OXNYX053 says, there's the fandom having done your research.
Boom. Tough acting to Nacton. The waitress. The waitress. Funny.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data is available.
Target shield has failed.
Suki Vision says, some pretty cool ships out there, stat-wise and for aesthetics.
Aesthetics? Look, aesthetics to you.
Integrity below 50%.
Stop the Transformers.
Target's shield has failed.
Listen here, Optimus Prime. I was told to stop you, and the only way to do that was with more power. We must destroy Optimus Prime and the other Transformers. Guilty or innocent.
You will be Borg.
Suki Vision says, Autobots rollout.
Destroy it.
Autobots. Recon. Boing. Autobots. Autobots transform and roll out. Transform. There's another tactical cube. Hey there, buddy. How you doing? Come on, come on, come on, get up there.
Target's shield has failed.
GoBot's a symbol. Oh my god. A GoBot. That was my Transformers.
Suki Vision says, XD.
You will become one with the Borg.
You will become one with the Borg. And you will like it. Yeah.
Sensors confirm that the transform conduit has been destroyed.
Has been.
However, our scan
It has been destroyed. Has been. It has been destroyed. It is no longer there. It goes bye-bye all the time. Bye-bye. Bye. Go to the Alpha Quadrant. The Quadra Elephant.
Suki Vision says, wonderful German/English accent.
Wonderful German accent. Yeah. Wonderful.
Suki Vision says, LOL.
It is very good, yeah. Very, very good. 9. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. But the answer is 8, man.
Suki Vision says,
Yeah.
yay.
Yeah. Da. Da. Jawohl.
Yelby says, 10.
10. Can I hit 20? 80, 45, 45, sold. The evolutions. Let's get some ore collecting and battery collecting and luxuries collecting.
Suki Vision says, 20 number 15 then.
20 number 15. Oh, I got you beat. I got you beat on that one. I got you beat on that one.
Scorpuana says, 2 billion Argentine pesos.
That never gets old. Boink.
Suki Vision says, XD.
There are no 2 bars of gold pressed platinum on here. Nah. Argentine pesos.
OXNYX053 says, the DV shoots real fast, works real well.
Damn it. Big deal over. Ah, fucking. Damn it. Okay. Oi, bet. Let's see. Colony where? How's it getting more? Weird. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever. Come on, Gary the Klingon. It's Gary the Klingon.
OXNYX053 says, I rolled up a new Gamma recruit. Put in a backstory that the founders tried to add a sample of the DNA from the shipwright that made the Path Jaeger.
Came out a little weird. Another one. Wow. How many characters do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
OXNYX053 says, less than 20.
Less than 20.
Yelby says, if I were to make a new Klingon, I'd want it to be the other feline race hat I can't recall the name of.
Oh yeah, the other one. There's what are they? Damn it, wrong button. Wrong button. Personal. Farisan.
OXNYX053 says, Furashion. OXNYX053 says, Farisan. Yelby says, yeah, that ones.
I guess instead of making like one Cation thing, like, oh, you'll be Klingon or you'll be Federation, saying, okay, well, this one's definitely just Federation. This one right here is definitely just going to be a Klingon. Inventory full my ass. 19, 20. Okay. Hmm?
Yelby says, I just wish the characters went for the other races like the future and past ones. OXNYX053 says, they gave them away for the original Klingon recruitment. That is the only reason I have one. Shulshketkem, she has the bond with life trait.
Okay, now I'll take that. No, I'm not copper. Damn it. but. Well, Ox, You're bringing up the Armada level, that's for sure.
OXNYX053 says, she has to catch them all. All the catchable animals in the game.
Pokemon.
OXNYX053 says, yes. They put in a Pokémonday trait.
A Pokemon trait? Gotta catch them all. Okay, what do we have? Completed 20. Oh, shit. Blat. Ah, stuff.
OXNYX053 says, by next weekend I should be able to slide over to Murdoch's fleet and give him a hand getting some stuff rolling. I suspect things will be where you can get stuff done solo here easier.
Yeah, man, you could do that. I hadn't seen him in a while. I guess he's ticked off or something, I don't know. I must have made him mad. I make people mad all the time. I don't mean to, it just happens. Yeah, or what did Hate 3K said he needs help with his fleet. He's just been focusing on the lithium mine or whatever.
OXNYX053 says, or you know, life happened.
Life could have happened. I don't know. Just when he come in, he was talking. When Murdoch's was coming in, he was talking about some dude named Night Schooled. That's chatter or Discord and streamer and stuff. He had asked him if he could help him with the ship, and the guy told him yeah, but that he was not wanting to do it right then and stuff. And then the next thing Murdoch's knew is he was kicked out of the Discord by the guy and banned or whatever from stuff, and he didn't know why. And he said that guy's an asshole. It's like, well, you don't know. Maybe he had just a bad day, and you just happen to be there, and maybe just felt like he may have aggravated him somehow. I don't know. Then the next day, the Night School dude had subscribed, or well, not subscribed, but had followed my channel. It's like, that's weird. I don't know. Some sort of a grievance thing. And I just shrugged it off as saying, well, maybe this or that. And I don't know if that ticked him off or something. I don't know. I ain't seen it. It's just unusual. You don't see him for a whole week. Usually he pops on once or twice. Like you're a weekend warrior. Trucker by week, stower by weekend. Isn't that right, Gary? Gary. Do any of the Klingons actually have the Klingon nose, though? From Worf in TNG and other Klingons and stuff. They would have this straighter piece sticking out from their nose that was more like a hook going upward or whatever. You know, and I don't see that on any of these Klingons. Unless I'm just missing something. Oh, excuse me. Okay. What are these people just walking around for? What the hell? Lucare, life goes on. Life goes on. This guy's in a hurry. Look at him walking through everybody. Get the hell out of my way. Get out of my way. Where are we going, buddy? Are we going to the beach and build a snowman out of sand? Oh, we've made a cave. We're caving. Okay, everybody. Detour. Detour, everybody. Detour. You go that way.
Suki Vision says, Sandman.
Build a sandman? Do you want to build a sandman?
Suki Vision says, Metallica.
Aw, you can't go out there. Damn it. I got a wall in the way, Captain. This world is fake, Captain. This world is fake. World. Where do they walk to? I wonder. Okay. Check this out. Check it out. Oh, I didn't give it to him. I can run the path faster than you can walk it. Ready, set, go. I'm challenging everybody to a race here. I'm racing. They don't know where they're going. They're gonna go work in the mines. Who's picking on who?
Suki Vision says, Run Forest Run.
They're in sync. Bink. Run fast. How long have I been streaming? 3 hours and 41 minutes, 56 seconds. Sweet. Alright. I think I'm going to call it a stream at this point. There's... Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa. Endeavor's is flashing. Ooh, another spin port point. Damage for space. Going for space first. Oh, nice. Nice. 365. How many days of a year is it? 365.25 or whatever. Why is it exactly that? Who the hell knows? But I am going to call this a stream. I'd like to thank all the
Suki
people
Vision
that...
says, Virtual hug, Grumpy 89 happy, Grumpy 89 happy, Grumpy 89 happy, Grumpy 89 happy, Crew and Cupcake. OXNYX053 says, 20-second delay.
Ugh. But I thank all the first-time chatters for showing up. That's pretty cool. Welcome to hell. I'm your host, the
Suki
idiot.
Vision says, LOL.
The only Kylo subscribed with Prime. I know him in real life. I know of him in real life. I've only ever talked to him a few times. Mellow Mushroom followed him from over there to here, and followed as well. So cool. I didn't ask for that, but I recommend against following, against subscribing to me. There's no need. I'm not entertaining. I'm boring. I play the game a different way than everybody else. I mostly stick to ground, so that's a problem for a lot of people. You know, it doesn't get many people watching, but whatever. You know, I still.
Suki Vision says, "You are fine."
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Suki Vision says, I love ground.
Well, I've been trying to get the legendary 10th anniversary ships, you know, from like the original series ship, the Enterprises and all that. But I don't want to pay for it with real money. So I've been going through the dilithium exchange. You know, using all my characters to build up dilithium on ground and because Dyson seems to be the easiest place for that. And then I put it in here, and then let it sit, and eventually, you know, it works. And then I've already gotten
Suki Vision
13.
says, hell of a grind.
Yeah. And every day, it's how many characters do I have? Let me go see. Change character. On average, let's see. I start with Lilu, then Michael. It's 2, 3, Latesha, 4, O'Neill, with Teal'c and Carter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Jem'Hadar Kirok. Ushanka.
Suki Vision says, wow, that's dedication.
Then Archer, myself, and Gary. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 characters dedicated to getting nothing but dilithium. The rest of them are just like, I'd never used Buck Rogers because I didn't do anything with him yet. Haven't used John Crichton, only level 16.
Suki Vision says, hugs.
Thank you. Hugs back. And then Beckett, Kolchak, the Night Stalker, and Sukablayet, which is Russian for, you guessed it, swear words that they don't notice for some reason. But yeah, and they're mostly, these two right here are mostly for the Klingon fleet stuff now, which I would get into, but I am really tired. So that's why I'm ending the stream at 3:46:21. I thank all of you for showing up and watching and putting up with my shenanigans. Ox, since today, what is this, Sunday morning? You'll probably be
Suki Vision
heading
says,
out.
get some rest, take care.
Thank you. Yeah. So, Ox, if I don't see you tomorrow, have a good week out there on the road. And stay safe out there. Everybody stay safe out there. It's crazy. All right. Going to end this one off with a red shirt death. Gotta love it. Random red shirt deaths are awesome. Let's do one more. That's harsh, isn't it? One more.
Early. Captain, I see something.
Yeah, that one sucks. It's like, Charlie, get out there, mister. Get killed. All right, gonna end it. Count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, night, evening, and good morrow.
OXNYX053 says, yeah, I'll not see you again till next Thursday at the earliest.
All right, dude. You stay. You take care. Bye, everybody. Good night, and trek on.